Hello. I know that most of you are missing TS. My great TALKSHOPians and the TALKSHOPers, TS. But don't worry, since we have filled that slot, I'm sure many of you have seen Unfiltered and also Jet Them. And funny enough, whether we call it TS or whether it's a KSM show or whether we call it Unfiltered, one thing, man, is all about nation building, folks, no matter how you look at it. So that's why we're back here today, and we are today talking about TALKSHOP, where we tell it like it is and let the chips fall where they may. And here, Pao, it is so important for a country like Ghana to have people, citizens, politicians, everybody, to say it like it is so that the chips fall where they may. And as we say all the time, folks, all the time, truth crashed to earth shall rise again. Truth crashed to earth shall rise again. There's nothing else you can do. And the promise that we have made to all the gendarmians, those who do gendarme, and say, we'll sit down, let's fabricate a story, let's create a false impression. And let's push that false impression out there to get to the point that people will start accepting the false impression. And it has started already. One of the biggest false impressions I'm hearing now, and I'll be talking about it later, but it's this idea after NDC was attacked so much that they had no policy, everything was just by chance. Now the gendarme has changed. The gendarme has changed. It's like, no. We built the foundation. Nana put all these steps in place and built the foundation. And what is happening now, all the good things you're saying and the NDC are part of the foundation we built. Oh, it'll be better. So folks, as we have promised, the gendarme will not stop. I'll even be disappointed when it stops, or if it stops, because it won't stop. But here's the thing. For every inch of gendarme, we will use several miles of the truth to crash it. We'll crash it. So folks, the final thing that we can get going is this question that we ask all the time, and what time is it? And the answer that you always give me, both Ghanaians home and abroad, all those congregations abroad, you always say this, that is nation time. It's nation time, folks. We'll build this nation. And let me explain something. We are going to build the Ghana we want. What is the Ghana we want? When we want a Ghana that has prosperity. We want a Ghana that has truth, honesty, sincerity. A Ghana that looks out for citizens. That's the Ghana we want. And we'll make sure we get that Ghana we want. Folks, one time I quoted something that Amika Cabral has said. He said, claim no easy victories and tell no lies. I think it was a whole speech that he gave, claim no easy victories, tell no lies, and mask no mistakes. These are important advice that we should give to every single politician. Claim no easy victories, tell no lies, and do not mask your mistakes. Because that is the first point that when you reach and you start claiming easy victories, telling lies, and covering your mistakes, instead of facing your mistakes, when you start covering them, what's at your downhill trip? But I've said that, we want to build this nation. And in building the nation in Ghana, they say we are practicing democracy. And in our democracy, we have two parties. So we have the party that is in power, and then we have the opposition. And for a democracy to work, we need a serious, intelligent, focused, vision-driven party in place. We do. We need a serious, vision-driven, focused, strong party in place. And at the same time, we need a very intelligent opposition. A very crafty opposition, an opposition that understands strategy, and an opposition that understands that we are building a nation. So get this. So when you have a government in place that is focused, that is determined to achieve and build for Ghana, and the opposition is also an opposition that is intelligent, that is constructive, that means well for the nation, so that even things that they oppose, they tell you constructively and intelligently. When you have that, that is when democracy works. So then democracy works. So for me, recently what happened was the NPP had the National Delegates Conference, and I was so glad. I said, we will listen to some of the things, and hopefully we will see a new vision coming out where we'll see a more dynamic NPP emerging. That is what we are all hoping to see, a more dynamic NPP emerging. And folks, let's rewind a bit. I want to play a clip, very short clip of the NPP national organizer. I think it's Nana B. Just take a few seconds of this clip. Look at this.
NDC Azankwa Basha Mushenyina Azankwa Galamse Azankwa Yaba Ebati Petro so Azankwa Omobaye Azankwa.
Folks, when I watched this, I was actually laughing, you know. It has gotten to a point where I realized that you don't approach everything with the seriousness that it does not deserve. Honestly, there are some things that you look and I'm saying, Charlie, take your time. Just laugh, because it is complete comedy. And coming from me, one of your all-time comedians, and people always tell me, go and do your comedy. Well, coming from me, trust me, I look at things and sometimes I see the comic element and I laugh. And with due respects, when I was watching Nana B, I just saw a lot of comedy. Nana B, NDC, Azankwa. And what did you say about the fuel prices? You say you bring fuel prices down, but you haven't. NDC, Azankwa. So I was expecting to hear more of the refrains. Azankwa. I was expecting to hear more and more and more, but unfortunately, there wasn't any more to hear. So I said, Mubaye Azankwa. Folks, when I was watching this, I just said, Charlie, KSM, this is funny. But you know what? I can't blame him. There's a reason why he's talking like this. And there's a reason why he believes this. Because, believe it or not, folks, you have MPs from the NPP who actually, boldly, confidently say that they are praying for Mahama to fail so that the NPP can come back into power.
I want him to fail. I want my party to win the 2028 election.
So you want him to fail?
I don't want Mahama to succeed as in succeeding, because I want my party to win.
I'm praying for the government to fail so that we can come back to power. A brilliant submission. Because trust me, folks, anybody who is so intelligent to the point that he wants a government to fail for another government to come into power is not making sense. I don't care which side it's coming from. Obiara wo wi ase ma say aban bi oho me bompa na aban no say na me so menya tumi no nyansa nim. Sometimes when I talk about this, and I remember a thing that one thing that we should really pay attention to in Ghana, but trust me, mental health. I'm not insulting anybody. Mental health is a very serious issue, but because I think that it borders on mental health when any Ghanaian, regardless of any party, to declare that I want a particular party to fail. Do you know what a failed state is? Let's move on. So I just want to say, I don't blame Nana B when he says Azankwa. Unfortunately, Nana B, let me give you a free tip. You are a national organizer. Let me give you a free tip that will help you for the rest of your life. In this world, and the kind of momentum that this world has entered, you're dealing with a generation that are looking for facts. I mean, people have commended my editor. Let me at this point also commend my editor, man. I call him Yes Boss. Charlie, a whole man like meet me our Yes Boss. Sometimes I want to talk about this. Oh, but KSM, your evidence. You see, now Richard, you know it happened. I say, no. Richard, my man, unless or the evidence, and I'm glad that some people who are now writing in our comment section say that, Charlie, one thing they can say about the editor is that he always has evidence. And it's true. That is Richard. So, Nana B, if you have a time, give Richard a call. Nabi said, what is the importance of evidence? Because Nabi, when you took the stage and the thousands and thousands of NPP supporters were cheering you on, and you started to say, NDC Azankwa, I wanted you to back with evidence, Nabi. Just evidence. The first evidence you used was so wrong because they say when they come, they'll reduce petrol prices. Azankwa.
You buy about this petrol, so Azankwa.
And Nabi, petrol prices have reduced. So your first evidence that you used was wrong. Galamse Azankwa.
Galamse Azankwa.
Whatever that meant, I don't know. But there was no evidence. So Nabi, this is the advice I'm giving you. You could have listed maybe 10 things. Say, Chale NDC Azankwa. Mobile inflation, it has gone from this point, this high, Azan. Mobile GDP, it has gone from here to this high, Azan. Mobile way, give us the evidence. Massa, when you give the evidence, you don't have to talk. You don't have to talk because evidence is now the channel. But you mounted the platform on by Azankwa. Nothing to back what you said. I'm not saying you're lying. I am Papa. I salute. No crepa now kind on by Azankwa. But me pacho. Where is the evidence to prove the Azankwa-ness? Prove where? You used only one example, which was baseless, because you see fuel prices Azankwa, so it has gone down. And then what else? Galamse, Azankwa. Who can measure anything with Galamse? You know? And then Bibiya Yazan.
Omobaya Azankwa.
Nana B, I'm advising you. From now on, get your facts together. You have money. Get a research team in place. Let them do serious critical research. You are backed by the evidence. This is why we say Zazan. This is why we say Zazan. This is why we say Zazan. And all the masses that were there watching you, it's good or politics there because you don't appeal to the intellectual reasoning. You appeal to emotions. So they are all there. They are all NPP people that you have bussed from the whole world. So they are there and we are support to NPP. There's no critical. Oh, Charlie. Let me move on. Nanabi, I don't blame you that you say it's all Azan. Because it seems to be like the prevailing direction of where the new Jandam should be heading. There's one guy, I think he's a communications guy. Is this something Kwesen Alexander? He actually says that Ghanaians are crying now for the NPP to come back to rescue the nation.
And some more can ya modi campaigner Ghana for who you say ya bonsan for no and na mo ba ye no madane mano na mo ye west abai ni boy ba ye be so mi nsia mo pa ni enye mo ye nyina no e ko na chi Obuchi or minor Konechi. Eti Amaya who say Ghana for Afi NPP, Ghana for a social NPP, Ghana for Afi NPP, Ghana for a social NPP.
I have to laugh at that, you know. It's a complete comical and serious statement that it would be very crazy of me to sit down and try and analyze that statement with seriousness. Here again, whoever the guy is, take my advice. Once you have said this, back it with your evidence. That we went here and we talked to so many people and all of them said that they have made mistakes. Take a camera. Now everybody can use their phone to film. Film them. People cry, organize them, and film. Evidence. You can't talk like that without anything to substantiate these baseless things. And I'm saying today, so but I'm telling you for a fact that for anybody today, at this point, to say that Ghanaians have regretted and we are looking for the NPP to come and rescue this nation, it's a fallacy. Massa, really? After the 8 years that Ghanaians said, Charlie, we are so disappointed that we will overwhelmingly vote you out. And Ghanaians have voted you out in a way that is historic. After all of that, we see within 5 months, Ghanaians have regretted. Regretted that what? Massa, it's not just that. There was another guy, a Samoa guy, be a friend of Sticker. Sticker also came and said plainly, that Ghanaians have regretted and they want MPP back.
Mr. Speaker, what we want to tell them is that Ghanaians, Ghanaians have regretted. Ghanaians is soon.
Sticker, you are a very intelligent person. I know you. Madam Fono, as someone used to work with the Net2. You are one of the brilliant people that I was talking to earlier. And honestly, I expected something more as someone like from you. Obiawa Bing, Obiawa, or can't as someone wait home. But you also came up and said, they have all regretted. Folks, you can say that too. It's your right. But I'm saying, let me act like my editor now. Give us the evidence. Give us evidence. I was surprised to see Mahama in Kumasi, the stronghold. If there's any evidence that people are saying, say, they want NPP back, I would think it would be in Kumasi. For some reason, that's just what I believe. There's a clamor that the NPP should come back. For a reason, I believe it should come from Kumasi. But we saw the clips of Mahama in Kumasi and how Kumasi was like, so thank you, yeah, we said this about you, blah, 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 blah. We are counting on you. Yeah, listen to some of the statements that were made in Kumasi.
Oh, said Mahama party complete. Eye kro from market ne ka ho a. Betraga say, "Wa hia Ghana president obedi akosiso mbem."
So folks, this is what I'm talking about too. Supply us the evidence and the thinking behind what you're saying, but don't just say it because politically you think it makes sense to you. I know that actually there's another person who's, I think her name was Jennifer. She actually said this to folks, listen to this, that if it had been the NPP who had won power, the appreciation of the CD, Ghanaians would have enjoyed it better because they would have crafted policies that would make Ghanaians enjoy the appreciation of the CD better.
If we had won power, Ghana for Etuabano de Mayenne Baya. Can you move who the chance?
Massa, when if you come and kasa, trust me, it's better to keep mute than to open your mouth and talk rubbish. And this is going to everybody, and I don't care. When if you cry, if you're going to open your mouth to speak, please make it intelligent, make it reasonable, but don't just talk. Don't just talk, folks. Azankwa. I mean, honestly, what can we treat Wontumi means we can't control. Until we know how say, Bibia ya zan, petrol prices ya zan, inflation ya zan. What can you budget some? Did you seriously think you were making sense? Or you got emotionally swayed because the people who are there, they are there and they say, we are for you. You get the kind of people who say, "Would the appointee be general Hokrana the party can be fun who met my party?" No, if that's what you guys in politics are still looking for, you're looking for people who are so sycophantic that it borders on lunacy. That people become so sycophantic, say it borders on lunacy, which simply means that you are so much of a sycophant, whatever the party is. You are so much of a sycophant, say about them, you're not thinking right. So my advice to all politicians, when you are talking to your base who are sycophants and they are cheering you on and you're also happy that I'm making sense, you are tickling yourself. You are tickling yourself because you know that the people that you're talking to, even if you go there and say nothing, they will still applaud and hail you. So you, the politician, you are the one that's expected to think twice and know that these people that I'm communicating with, whatever I say, they'll hail. But it doesn't mean for 1 second that what I said, I made sense. I'm telling you, folks. My dear nephew, Afenyo Markin, my nephew Pano, I'm looking for time to get you to join me on Unfiltered, then say your piece, and then I also talk my piece, because that's the nature of the Unfiltered show. It's not like a KSM show where I keep quiet for you to talk. You know, Unfiltered say, Kabi. So I'm looking for it. But my dear friend, Afenyo Markin, I was surprised, you know, that you chronicle, you state that whatever it is that the benefits that we are looking at now were the foundations that were laid by the NPP. Really? I want you to hear a little bit of what my nephew said. Listen to him.
Fellow patriots, rather than feeling sorry for ourselves, let us face the truth. We took the hard, necessary decisions to save this economy. And now, Mohammed's government is taking propaganda credit, reaping where it has not sown. When they talk about resetting, they are simply rebranding our achievements and marketing them as their own. Let no one be deceived. The foundation they are standing on was laid by this party, by our sacrifices, by our bold leadership in the face of crisis.
So you laid such a solid foundation, and nobody in Ghana could tell, say, Charlie, let's bring NPP back because the foundation they have laid, the Ghana is about to skyrocket. I'm telling you plain, no, if the foundation was that strong, everybody in the country would have known, say, Charlie, after the 8 years, the foundation that we have seen, the things that we are experiencing after in this nation after 8 years, it has been so remarkable, so overwhelmingly impressive. Say, no, they should break the 8. And I swear to God, you would have broken the 8. If what you're saying is true, say all the foundations you laid there, you would have broken the 8. But because Nobody saw the foundations. Nobody felt the foundations. If there was a foundation, we would have felt it. That's why I say all the time. And that's why I'm advising the NDC that if you make a mistake now and you also switch into campaign mode and lose focus, you know, and I tell people this because you know what? The best campaign is what the people feel on the ground. The people who say, Mom dear, I can afford medicine. Say dear, these prices are coming down. Say dear, I have access to health facilities. Say dear, I can actually go to the bank and withdraw money to do things. People start feeling the benefits of good governance. That's your best campaign. You don't have to say anything. Of course, campaign, they always do it. But when people are feeling the effects, when people know what they have seen and they know what they have experienced, and your campaign, the baby bear, it's not your campaign that does anything to them. They was like, Charlie, you stop talking. We know. We felt it. So that's the advice I always give out to politicians. Stay focused. Build the nation. Why do you think I'm here every time nation building? The party that will show that they are building the nation the way people are thinking now. You check the voting patterns that are going to come after this election. The voting patterns are going to be no longer this person is from my town. No longer say this person is from my town, so you can bring even a goat and put the flag on them, I'll vote for them. That is gone and gone forever. Trust me, 2028, you will not see any voting anywhere in Ghana based on tribe, based on religion. If there will be their cry, it will be a very desperate, minute percentage. You know what people will be voting for? They'll be voting for development. Say, Charlie, when this party came in, I can see that there is improvement. I can see that hospitals are being built. I can see the roads are being constructed. Not only can I see you, I feel them because I'm going on it. So when my great national organizer was starting to say, Azankwan, dollar no Azankwan, folks, the dollar has gone from 17 to 10. Fuel, what 17 is now 12.88, whatever. This is a remarkable drop. We feel it. Yeah, okay, you feel it. You can't feel it. Say, now first I will fill my tank with 1,200. Now I can fill my tank with 800. I don't feel it. Do I have to say I'm listening and waiting for somebody to come and tell me, say, no my JD, sample, when I feel it? The public debt that we had, just because of the cedi appreciation, has reduced by 150 million. Reduction just by strengthening the cedi. You're going to tell me, say, is that not a fact? Folks, there's been significant reduction in prices of goods. Not in all, but significantly, noticeably. Now, because I'm saying, so I'm just advising you, move away from the blatant lies. Go back to Amika Cabral, or say, tell no lies. Claim no easy victories, which simply means that, Charlie, be truthful to yourself and to the nation. Don't tell a lie. How are you going to mount a platform with thousands of people watching you and start with a lie that the whole government is based on Azan because they are filled with the fuel prices? Amongst that. And folks, I can swear to God that most of the people that were sitting there, most of the crowd, they were thinking, hey, I say Petronas want you. Most of the people you were addressing, say Azano, most of them knew. Say what you are saying is wrong. But they'll cheer you on because it's a political campaign and you have bussed plenty of people to come there. Why won't they cheer you on? But no one knew. Then I be doing yummy. Most of them will go home and say, so please, tell no lies. Claim no easy victories. You know, my dear nephew, Afenyo Markin, I think you are claiming an easy victory. Say, all the foundation has been laid by us. It's an easy victory that you are trying to claim because you can't make that claim. You can't. Things have changed, and you know it. The financial policy has changed, and you know it. It is not by accident. So I think, when you get on the platform and just say, it's not true. Nah, we are going to be the mighty people that we are and keep going back to our grassroots. Say, I'm sorry, because you are people who have accomplished a lot.
Fellow patriots, rather than feeling sorry for ourselves, let us face the truth. We took the hard, necessary decisions to save this economy. The foundation they are standing on was laid by this party, by our sacrifices, by our bold leadership in the face of crisis. So no, this party has no reason to hang its head at all.
Tell no lies to the people. Claim no easy victories. Tell the people, say, yeah, I'm glad, I'm glad that we still have you as our support base. I'm sorry, sir, most of you were disappointed here and there. Tell them the truth. And say, but trust me. Say, we've been thinking about things and we are regrouping and we want your support to come back because when we come back there, we'll do things different. That's what you should tell them all. Don't tell them that everything that the NDC is doing is just riding on propaganda from our benefits and things like that. It's a hard sell. Because a hard seller, you are a businessman, very, very strong businessman. So when I say it's a hard sell, you know what I'm talking about. But the people that you have gathered, the audience there will make you feel and think it's an easy sale. Because you can't, you have a budget. At the risk of annoying many of you, because anytime I try to advise, people tell me, say, clear off, we don't need your advice. So it's okay. I will still advise you. NPP, I beg. I always talk about my niece intimidating from Patrol. But if I could beg you, I would say, I beg you. The high horse that you are on and thinking that you are the greatest thing that ever happened to Ghana is very arrogant. Please get off your high horse and deal with the people with respect and humility. Essentially, we made a mistake. We disappointed you, but we promise to fix things. You know, that's all. And with all of you in the MPP, I think I was very, very, the most amazing thing when Wontumi came and Wontumi says that Open National Chairman.
And the NPP need you. I am Munti, and I'm a national chairman. I am Munti, and I'm a national chairman.
Which means a national chairman, a crook like Wontumi. And he can sue me for saying he's a crook. And you see the evidence I bring to court to prove that I see he's a crook. Also a national chairman. NPP, you want to come back and rule Ghana? You want to come back and get the confidence of Ghanaians? And Wontumi can mount your platform and say, I'm coming back. I'm still MPP and I want to be the national chairman. My lips says, please vote for him. I beg you, vote for Wontumi as your national chairman because I know that he's the only one that can give you victory in 2028. It's me pamucho. Move vote for Wontumi. And any other people that you want. Move vote to my own. No more national chairman. Move the presidential candidate. He's so good. He's so dynamic. He's all spot on. After all, when he was arrested, the whole parliament system came to a stop. I'm talking about the NPP parliamentary. They all went out to Yoko to go and sit on the floor to say you support no omra yenyame no. Into me pamucho. Next time I go to buy the menu. Menu me go to. Me to be sorry. Sorry, Mama. But I'm begging you, vote for Wontumi. Make him your national chairman. Bring back that strong MPP because, as Afenyo Markin said, that let's go back to our roots and let's strengthen them and tell them that they are who they are. Mama Wontumi national chairman. And that's the only way you can get that power in a... Anyway, let me not waste too much time. I'm saying this at the risk of incurring your wrath. If you want to come back into power, start talking as if you cared for this nation. Start talking as if it makes a lot of sense that fuel allowances have been scrapped. Start talking about it because it makes sense. Fuel allowances appointees, they've been scrapped. I used to work at Metro TV. Good Morning Ghana. Ministers and appointees and everything will come, and while they're on their show talking, their engines are on. And I'm not talking about small engine, and yeah, small Hyundai cars, big five-wheelers, Kesiano, Land Cruisers and V8 machines. They'll be packed, 3 or 4. The engines are on and are running. Why? Because they have to wait for the government appointee to finish the show and come in the car. And when they come in the car, it better be cool. And what KSM say? Because you don't buy the fuel. And somebody has come and has scrapped it, and you have the nerve and the audacity to say it's the wrong thing.
How much is being spent on these fuel allowances, so that after scrapping, how much savings are we making? So clearly, if you ask me, I think there are more questions to be asked with this particular directive. I just see it as populist. It's just public gimmick and a clear case of PR and settings. That's what I would say.
Please tell it, that's the wrong direction. I'm telling you, NPP, if you want to come back and play a dominant role in the politics of Ghana again, please move away from the arrogance, lie. No, it won't work. Let Ghanaians know that now you have the nation at heart, and you want to build this nation, and you support the building of this nation. I saw, let me quickly wrap it up. Somebody complains, say, 24 hours, 24-hour economy, you think you just come in the government and the next day you have a 24-hour economy? Do you know what? I'll spend time on that when I dedicate the whole show to oral, and I talk about the 24-hour economy and how it works for people to understand. But folks, where we are now, and your party SM, where we are as a nation now, it's not party SM. The NDC happens to be in power now, and I'm glad that they are focused, and I'm praying that they'll keep the focus and keep growing. But where we are now, it's not about any party, it's about the nation. It's about Ghana. Let me wrap up. By the way, you see that, they say it's a finally more, my black thing is off. Say my free. I think my great talk shopper from Germany, you brought me that wristband, and now the doctor says, KSM, says cool, you are free now, so I'm free. But thank you all, folks. But we are talking like this because we still have Ghana in the focus. And we must build the Ghana we want, which is a Ghana that is prosperous. And it's a Ghana where the black star is shining again. Let me say this, and then I'll get out of your hair. Ghana shall rise again.